Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to another great day in Eve. So today I'm gonna work more on standings with the Glam boosters being available. I think that I am going to. So I want a potent on this guy, but he's down in Minmatar space, and the price is pretty ridiculous down here. So I think I'm gonna fly one down to him, but let me see what ships I got. Actually, let me first see if the price is ridiculous. I think it is, but let's see here for sure. I'm at Jita, 121. They're going up in price. I bought all these yesterday or the day before for 106, I think. So, all right. Still 120 against 170. Let me see if I have a fast ship that I can fly it over. Well, this would be great for a leopard, but I don't want to dock leopards from here. Do I have a leopard? Or did I sell them all? No, I sold them all. Yeah, I stopped undocking leopards from Jita because they get popped. So they're incredibly fast, but
you, sir, rock.
Kaylee Star Eve just subscribed for 6 months.
Haley, thank you for the resub. 60 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you. All right. Well, we're just going to take a shuttle. Shuttle. That. Up into there. And then take, take just one of these. I probably should look at contracts real quick, just to see if there's anything interesting out here. 300 million, pays 100 million, and goes through low sec. Now see, this is a good low sec one. Oh my God, though. Really? 365, 505. I mean, 365, 733, I think is the max that I can carry. Paying 100 million. I wonder if that's I wouldn't jump freighter it for 100 million. Yeah. Well, anyway, we saw and we said no, right? So all right, nothing here for me. So Kaylee, yeah, well, I just started the show, so all right. This shuttle is not too bad on speed. It'll get this Glam down to my other guy. We'll save about 50 million.
Warp drive active.
And then we're gonna finish Sisters of Eve today. We'll put these guys in a fleet, and we'll share the standings, and life will be glorious. What's the thing about the Boo Book? The special ability of that shuttle. Remember. I'm gonna look it up. I do have one of them.
Warp drive active.
Going for 122 million. Certain heavily modified, make a more effective smuggler. In addition to interdiction nullification, features common with all modern shuttles. Boo Book's cargo holds layered with sensor disrupting materials. Oh yes.
Warp drive active.
So it can block cargo scanner modules from detecting items contained within. It also sports an upgraded suite of low-emission electronics designed to reduce the ship's signature radius and make it more difficult to pinpoint with combat probes. I wonder how small its signature is. Like, whether or not it's same level as Poor Man's Cloak. Oh, let's ban that guy. All right. So, yeah, I don't know what its signature is, whether or not it can be scanned down. So, flying something that cannot be scanned is an instant get shot. It is. That's why people shoot the blockade runners. They shoot them because they can't see what's in them. So, hello, John. Yeah, doing well. Glad to be here today. Very much so. I've had an exciting, I don't know, last 24 hours. Doing a lot of work for the store, and then had to travel to another city yesterday for some stuff, and then come back, and I don't really ever talk about politics, but I will in this case, because it's nonpartisan. I came back, and a friend of mine here is running for mayor, and so he had a rally yesterday, and went out to that and everything. I made him a song for his campaign, and he
drive active.
really likes the song. It was interesting to hear more about what he's, gonna do and everything. And when I say nonpartisan, it's because I don't even know if he's Democratic or Republican. I don't even know. So I just think he'll make a really good mayor. So I support him because he's the right person. So that's where I go with politics. Right person for the job. And then tonight is here in the USA. It is Memorial Weekend. And it's a holiday, and it's not uncommon for a lot of drinking to happen over Memorial Weekend. And I've told you guys before that I do a lot of volunteer work with the our police here and our sheriff's department, and they are doing a DUI checkpoint tonight. My goodness, look at all of these ships. I think they're trying to decloak people or or something. What is going on with that? I'm doing a DUI checkpoint tonight. And I'm going to go out and be a civilian observer. Like, just be an advocate for Joe Blow. It is our police department is actually pretty cool in the fact that they're very much about the community and everything. And so my going out and doing some oversight on this DUI checkpoint is welcomed. In fact, they mentioned it to me and I said, oh, that sounds interesting. And then day before yesterday, they're like, we'd really love to have you out there. Oh, okay, yes, I guess I'm going. So I'm doing that tonight for probably about 5 hours tonight. So, and then do a show in the morning. Yeah, I'm not going to have 8 hours sleep tonight.
Warp drive active.
So, yeah.
Warp drive
I
active.
just thought about it. I should have flown something down here I could autopilot back with. This is kind of a long trip. I've got implants in, so I'm not going to like go through LoSec.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
I have a skin for this. Do. Oh, I have the Sorrow one. What does this one look like? This one right here, the Sorrow one. This one is, I think, really expensive. Now I look like the police. Actually, I think it says SWAT on it. Yeah, it does. So how are you all doing today? Is everybody good here? Ready for a holiday weekend if you're here in the US? I know this time of morning, I probably have more European viewers than I do in the US. It's early here.
Warp drive active.
Ready for the weekend? It's even earlier in Kansas City. You are right. You are right. So what? It's about so it's 6:20 here in the morning. So Kansas would be 5:20 or 4:20.
Warp drive active.
5:20. All right. Now Central Time. Yes. Next. Oh, that's right. Shit, forgot. See here. Yeah, next week. I won't be here on Saturday. I have to go into the Central Time Zone. Yeah. So we're gonna do for the shows. We're gonna do Thursday and Friday.
Warp drive active.
And I gotta go to Mississippi on Saturday. So yeah, picking up a couple of our kids. We're gonna come visit for the month, and neither one of them drive. They're both old enough to drive and everything, but my daughter, she'll never be able to get her license. She has epilepsy, and because of that, she'll never be able to get a driver's license. And my son, he just doesn't want to drive. So it's just not for him. And you know, even though I wish he did, have to accept that. So we're gonna go pick him up,
Warp drive active.
bring him back here for a month. Gotta be good to have him here for a little while. Yeah, about a month. There, we only have one. Well, actually, so we have two kids left in school.
Warp drive active.
One in high school, and then the other one, he's not able to make it this summer because he's in a trade school. I think he plans on working as a welder in the shipyards in Pascagoula. So there's some pretty big shipyards in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and they do a lot of stuff with ships there, and they build oil rigs there too. So welders make good money. Yeah. Yep. So yeah. All right, I am at station almost. I could never be a welder. I mean, I'm sure I could weld, but I would not like working in those cramped spaces with you
Docking
know,
permission requested. Docking request accepted.
the smell of burning metal. I'm sure you'd have to wear some sort of respirator in those places and stuff when you're getting inside the ship holes and everything. So you got to have really good ventilation. Okay, let's do a trade here. And give him this. And then I'm just going to put it down here. I'm not going to fire it off yet because I'm going to probably wait until after downtime to start my next mission. Let's take a look here and see if there's anything interesting on contract out here. John, oh, you're do cybersecurity. All right, I did a bit of cybersecurity for the government. Department of Energy, 2000, 2001. Maybe into 2002, I don't remember. All right, there's nothing here worth really getting excited about. And I only have 10 cubic meters of space, which none of this will fit into that. So let's head him back. Yeah, when I worked cybersecurity, we did some really interesting things. You know, multi-factor authentication. We were doing that back in the year 2000.
Active.
And back then it was called RSA, which was a brand name. And we had these cards that looked like credit cards. And they were made thin enough so that you could fit them into your wallet. You didn't want to bend them. They were made thin enough so that you could fit them into your wallet. And you would press the button on it and had a little LCD screen that would give you like 6-digit number. Whatever, it wasn't letters, it was just numbers. And those cards would be synced up with the servers and get you your 2FA like we do on our phones now. So, yes, and then some people had a keychain fob for them.
Active.
So, RSA token code changes every minute, yeah. So, we implemented that in Department of Energy. It's one of the things we did. And then I also was responsible for the SharePoint server cluster. I built a server cluster from the ground up, Microsoft SharePoint. 7 servers. We needed redundancy, needed to be up all the time, needed backups. I also worked real heavily with archiving, and I completely reformed that department while I was in it. We did tape backups. Had these big tape silos. They were big robots that you could walk inside of, and we would make sure that every server got backed up every night, incremental, and then weekly incrementals and monthly fulls. And like the monthly fulls would be kept for 12 months, the weeklies would be kept for about 2 months, and the dailies would be kept for maybe 30 days. And so we I took that department and eliminated half the positions through automation. They were just working very inefficiently. And it was kind of funny because that was the last department that I worked in.
Active.
It was very inefficient. We had about a dozen people And really, it only needed 6 or 7. And even 6 or 7 with just, with keeping, having people for when other people are on vacation and stuff. And so we automated just a ton of stuff. And I effectively eliminated half the positions. And when you're doing government work and you eliminate someone's position, they are not happy. Now, mind you, when you eliminate positions in the private sector, typically that means that you are eliminating their position and they're no longer needed and might be laid off from the company. They might go to a different department if it's a big company, but otherwise you're laid off. In the public sector, it doesn't work that way. You don't get laid off because your position's been eliminated. You are just asked to apply for other open positions. And so you might be positionless for a week or two if the layoff was kind of sudden. And you never know what you're going to be doing. Like, you could end up in a department that has nothing to do with your skill set. Yep, it's true. Like, we had... oh God, I have some stories. On the server team, we had this one woman who... I think that her degree was in psychology. And no other departments wanted her. And because she just wasn't very good at what she did on anything. And so there was a bunch of departments where they interviewed her and said no, or some of them even refused to interview her. And so then she then she got forced onto, I think it was the help desk. And because the help desk was short-staffed, and like they couldn't get enough people hired in, and they were constantly short-staffed and people were doing overtime, and so she got forced on them. They're like, here's an able body that can answer phones. Here you go. Oh my God, I remember her. She was, she would just sit in unavailable reading a book half the time, and she'd do 2 or 3 calls a day while everybody else was working like 20 or 30 tickets. She'd do 2 or 3. Yeah. I don't know. Me, I'd fire somebody like that, but that wasn't up to me. So when I left Department of Energy, it was kind of funny because I was really into efficiency, having been a business owner and everything, and wanting government to run better. You know, government's job is to spend our money, which that may sound very offensive, but if you think about it, that's the truth. And but they can spend it efficiently, and so I was all about that. And so when I announced that I was leaving, they threw me a little party, and the cake had 2 sides on it. One was black, one was white, and one said, "Don't let the door hit you in the butt," and the other side said, "We'll miss you." It definitely was very polar there, the of who liked me and who didn't. I could have made a career there, but I'm too independent for staying at a job too long. I'll go in and I'll do a lot of good things, and then I'll move on to the next thing. So, and that was in fact the last time that I worked for anybody else. And I've been self-employed since '97, but I've had a few jobs in between there as well. So That was the last time I got a paycheck from somebody else. John, you'll never process and prove anything again. Ah, goodness. Yeah. Well, to me, it didn't matter. When I was, you know, like 2001, that was the .com boom, you know, and my websites alone, off of not including like sales of, you know, stuff for Ultima Online and those things, you know, and like the sales I do now for Eve and for a few other games, not including any of that, just in advertising revenue off of my websites, I was pulling in $13,000 a month, $13,000 to $15,000 a month, and that was after expenses. So life was really good. Decided it was time to leave my day job that was paying me a hell of a lot less than that. I mean, I was being paid well. I don't know, I was like 22, 23 bucks an hour or something like that back in 2001. Well, that was, you know, decent money. But yeah, it was time to go with that kind of money coming in.
Drive active.
Wish I had that kind of profit these days. Not like that these days. I make a good living. Not that good. I'm happy. I keep a roof over my head. And Alexandra and I run this business together. And it works out well.
Drive active.
Ultima make a comeback? Nah. And then became a full-time Eve streamer? Well, I mean, I did that for a while. I've still always had the company. Right now, I'm not a full-time Eve streamer. I'm just doing 2 days a week. We've got too much other business stuff going on.
Drive active.
So, and I enjoy my 2 days a week doing it. I enjoy the other stuff I'm doing too, but, you know. Maybe later it'll be more days again, but it's what it is for the moment. EA owns Ultima. I don't think EA owns them anymore. Didn't they sell to a company in Bethesda? They may own the rights. Ultima stuff. You know, I was either talking to Richard Garriott or I saw something that he said, I don't remember which. But he was talking about buying the rights back from EA. I don't know if he's done anything with that or not.
Warp drive active.
He is working on another game as a silent partner. I think he's silent as in he's not talking publicly about it, and they're not saying that he's involved, but he is giving them advice, let's say. An advisor.
Warp drive active.
Wikipedia says EA's owned it since '92. All right. Well then, Wikipedia's probably right. All right, we're going to do an insta-dock here.
Warp drive active.
Don't need to be shot in my shuttle.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right, made it back. Are the avatars average? Don't have any high hopes for a new game from Garrett. I don't know that he has any games in the works that have his name on it. I don't know, he might surprise me. Or us. Alright, let's check contracts again. There's nothing really here. These are all junk for the most part. I mean, here's 27 jumps for 30 million. Oh, and it goes through LoSec. Well, how about that? This one also goes through LoSec. I'm gonna stack them on. $17 jumps, pays 11 million. Well, none of that looks very good to me. So, all right. Downtime is in 17 minutes. So I don't think that I want to try and get a mission done within 17 minutes. I have a bunch of unclaimed stuff here. There's a Glam booster. What strength is that? 15%. This one right here is 50. That, what have we got? Is it the starter packs that have one of those in it now? I think. %'s an okay boost. It's not very big though. So let's see what the next mission even is. Oh, report to Heck. Shit. I should have paid attention to that because my other guy had to fly through Heck to get here. All right. That's only a couple jumps. All right. I'm not leaving anything in the hangar here, am I? Nope. Let's go.
Warp drive active.
This is what I've been running this in. People have said that speedrunning the Sisters of Eve Epic Arc in a pacifier with implants for speed has them completing the Epic Arc in like a couple hours. Sounds pretty crazy to me, but
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
all right. So I won't complete this mission until after downtime. How many of you here have alpha characters that you've been collecting the dailies on? Just a little pro tip for those of you watching live, or for those that want to do this in the future, if you're watching this on YouTube later. If you use like one of the weekend fleet packs, which are under $4, after you have gotten the last of the stuff, let's see, not events. After you've gotten the last of the stuff, so see here, I've hit all of it. But if I was on an alpha account, the bottom row wouldn't be. I wouldn't have gotten the stuff. And but if you add like a weekend fleet pack, if this were alpha and I added one right now, gives you 3 days of Omega. First time you go in here and collect on this, it will give you all of the bottom stuff as well. And so in effect, it's like $3.75 for you know, 250,000 skill points. The Zarinta Capsuleer Day, Evermarks, Marshall Capsuleer Day skin, Apraxis, another 125,000 skill points, Kesriel skin, more Evermarks, Gnosis, Rodiva Capsuleer skin, Synesis, another 100,000 skill points, Vexer skin, more Evermarks, Hypothesis, another 50,000 skill points, another skin. So all of that, and we have those in our store. They're like literally like $3.75, which when you do it at the end of this and then collect all those things at once, because it'll go retroactive on it, it's really a no-brainer. Well worth the few bucks to do that. So, and you can get those from us. Exclamation point coupon in chat. Link in the description in YouTube. Oh. All right. You're watching on YouTube? Gotta wait for the next video.